The number of small arms in the hands of non-state actors across Nigeria is estimated at more than 6 million. That's according to a new report by SMB Intelligence and Open Society Initiative for West Africa, OSOA. As shown in the report, however, the armed forces and law enforcement agencies collectively account for 586,600 firearms, representing about 8.71% of the total small arms and firearms in circulation. The report lamented that arms proliferation is a major problem for government, and citizens were concerned about its devastating impact on internal security. Globally, the report cited a 2017 research which estimated that there were at least 1 billion small arms in circulation. Out of that number, the report claimed that about 87.5% or 875 million of those arms are in the hands of civilians, while law enforcement agencies around the world account for a meager 2% of that total. Well, we are now being joined by a former ANPP National Vice Chairman and Niger Delta Elder Ikoawaji to speak on the need to reduce illegal arms possession by non-state actors in the Niger Delta and how to achieve that given the recent incident in Delta State. Good afternoon and welcome to Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for bringing me back.
Well, of course, you've heard the intro, I'm sure, the need to reduce illegal arms possession by non-state actors in the Niger Delta. How do you think this can be achieved following the very ugly incident in Delta State?
Thank you. What is first? The issue is not about Nigeria. The issue is all the states of Nigeria. There is no day you wake up from sleep you will not hear one crisis or the other anywhere. If the government will allow Nigerians to tell them the truth, this arms that is in the possession of whosoever, who give them the license to possess this arm, who are the actors behind them. I don't believe in talk. I believe in action. We have come to a point where everybody has to sit up and face the reality. Facing the reality in the sense that both the federal government, the state government, the local government has to tell themselves the truth. The security agencies has to also tell themselves the truth. Who is undoing who? It's not when it happens, everybody will begin to run up and down. Now, we are talking about Niger Delta. We are talking about the ones that are happening in the north. Yesterday, I was listening to news. Some police people were killed in Imo State. What is the government doing? Let me bring it down home. These people that are holding this arm are not manufacturers of this arm. Somebody is behind them. What is the security agencies doing about it? It's very painful. I'm not just from Niger Delta. I'm a typical saltwater man, Ijaw man. It's so painful that when it happens in Ijaw land, our people will suffer it. When President Obasanjo was on seat, similar incident happened. The people of Odi till today cannot recover it. what was the measurement the government is taking? Now another one has happened again. We will wait till when another one happens, we will begin to shout. There are kidnappers in the north. These kidnappers are kidnapping the student. This is not the first, it's not the second time. They are kidnapping the student. What is the government doing? I will say this, and I'm not going to look at anybody's face to say it. The Nigerian security agents has to look inward. They have to work on themselves. Whether you call it the police, the army, the navy, the air force, including the paramilitaries, they have to work on themselves. The federal government has to stand to the occasion to make sure that the truth is being told. Not to wait when another one happens. People will start shouting. I will say this, for instance. I am a lover of Nigerian police. I love police, Nigerian police. I didn't know why I didn't join Nigerian police, but I love them so much. I will use the Nigerian police as a case study for other security agents to take example from it. The total Nigerian police you have today, I don't think they are up to 1 million. You are talking about a country of 200 and above million. And you have less than 1 million Nigerian police. Now, if 30 Nigerian police admitted into the cadet, that is into the academy, and the same 30 persons will pass out as an officer, when it is time to promote them, somebody will sit down and pick his surrogates. After picking his surrogate and promote, he will post them to come and manage those who passed out from the same college with him the same day. Where is the joy to do the work? He cut across all the agencies, other security agencies. I have a young man who retired as a police, deputy commissioner of police. Her own course mates that passed out the same day with him retired as AIG. And as an assistant inspector general of police, you are going home with your full salary. While the other one will begin to struggle to assess his gratuity. Remember, most of these people that are cheated while they were in the force, they retire back home. Maybe some of them don't have a house. And today there is a need for them to build a house. Won't they build a house? These are the truths people are running away from. The government, first of all, before you talk about the people you are leading, talk about yourself. The government to set up, it's not a situation you want to give people 25,000 naira and it will end up in somebody's pocket. Why the hungry? Remember, somebody said that a hungry man is an angry lion. When people are hungry, what do you expect from them? There is no doubt that the current president of Nigeria inherited so much problem. the security aspect of it, the economic aspect of it, is a human being. But if you have opportunity to be appointed by the president to carry out a job, carry it out without looking at yourself and your family.
Elder,
we are talking about 200 and something million.
Elder Ikoawaji, allow me to interrupt you just for the sake of time. We understand what you're saying, but I want to get your comments on these recent developments. Just a couple minutes ago, we saw footage of Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State with the release or the presentation of the abducted students in somewhat of a press conference before their return to their parents. What do you make of these kinds of shows after a kidnapping where the students are presented, but not much detail is given as to the abductors or the information as to how they were gathered? Understandably, some of it might be sensitive to the public, but not much information is released about the amount of work done on the other end of who was apprehended. More of the emphasis is on the celebration, on the release of these children. Can you speak on that and why that might, if that raises any eyebrows to you in any way, shape, or form?
It's the same thing we are saying. Yesterday, I listened to one group captain talking about this issue of these children. This is not the first time children are being kidnapped. The first one has gone. The second one, I think this should be the third, if not the fourth. Why must government wait till when the children are being kidnapped? They will now start making show out of it. I'm not interested in what they are saying. If the first one has happened, the government should be able to put a measure to checkmate other ones. But this one is that the first one has happened, the second one has happened, the third, and this one has happened again. And now you are making a news out of it. There is no issue of news out of it. We should tell ourselves the truth. If the government don't start to stand up to the occasion and find out the cause of this issue, another one will still happen. And if you watch, it's only poor people's children that are going through this pain. The few ones that feel that everything is in their hand, none of their children are schooling here. But they own school in Nigeria. That is the painful aspect of it. Most of these governors own school here. Most of former governors own school here. Most of senators, rep, and all that, they all own school here. But their children doesn't attend school here. Why can't they bring their children to attend school here? You see, sometimes when we are discussing this thing, I feel pain that there is something behind it. It is hard time. This nonsense has to stop. Nigeria is not as big as some of the states in America. The highest flight in Nigeria is Lagos to Maiduguri, which is about 1 hour. I don't think there is any place in Nigeria you can fly for 1 hour, 30 minutes. If there is no aviation problem. But in America, there are places you fly for 4 hours, 30 minutes. There are places you fly for 3 hours. But they try to curtail most of this nonsense. So it's not when these children are kidnapped and released, somebody wants to make news out of it. No Nigerian is interested. What Nigerians is interested is, what can government do to put stop to this?
Now, Elder,
this is not in Nigeria. Some of us, we are born to come and see.
Allow me to interrupt you. Allow me to interrupt you very briefly. Now, you talked about the government sitting up and addressing the root cause of this menace. So I'm wondering if you'd like to shed more light on what you think are the root causes and how you think these issues can be addressed so that we do not hear all these heartbreaking stories moving forward.
Because of time, Nigerian police has, today people are crying for state police, community police. Are we not one Nigeria? Nigerian police has DIG representing each of the geopolitical zone. What are they doing in Abuja? The biggest problem that is causing all this mess for us, that somebody hold on onto the power. He does not want this power to be separated. Separate this power. Send all these DIGs to go to their zone and let the AIG be a supervisor. You can't take somebody from Maiduguri and bring him to River State who did not go to school in River State. He has no language of Rivers people. He has nothing to do with Rivers people. The same thing cut across other security agencies. Let them come and sit down and see themselves, their people killing themselves. Separate these powers. Allow people to relate with their own people. If you can do it, you will see a change. You can't take a DIG from the South and put him in Abuja. Then you now bring AIG from Borno State to Bayelsa as the AIG Zone 16 or AIG Zone 6 in Calabar. How do you relate with the people? The AIG will do its best, but some people will be there to sabotage. But if you bring somebody from Southwest to manage Southwest, he knows the language of the people. He knows how to relate with the others. He knows how to relate with the chiefs in the community. There is no way they can turn their gun against themselves. But when you bring somebody who cannot relate with the people, it becomes a problem. Inasmuch I don't believe in state police. Already we have state police. Those people from Niger Delta, particularly the senior officers, should be sent to come and manage their zone. The ones from the Southwest should be sent to Southwest. The ones from the Southeast to be sent. They know how, that is where they were born. That is where they grew up from. At the end of the day, they will be giving report to the man in Abuja. But you cannot keep them in Abuja and bring somebody who doesn't know the terrain.
Well,
I am born in the mangrove. So, the president should look into this matter.
Very well said.
Not only police.
Well,
talk about the welfare of the security agencies.
Right. But unfortunately,
separate this power.
Unfortunately, Elder Asukewe, we have overextended our time. It was a great conversation had with you. We look forward to you coming back on Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us.